Intelligent atheists? Wild Bill for America. Yup, he's back and he's asking the real questions. That question being, well, I've never met anyone intelligent, so how can intelligent anythings exist? But that's mostly because everyone stays away from the weird cowboy man, just in case they catch the big dumb off of him. Because that shit is so intense, it basically radiates off him like a fart at a funeral that's taking place in a lift for some reason, and he's the only one who didn't notice the smell somehow.
As an American, I do enjoy a good chuckle.
Well, I suggest you watch this one guy. He likes to pretend he's a cowboy and then engages in conversations he is completely unprepared for, making himself look like an absolute moron, whilst simultaneously thinking he's the smartest person, not just in the room, but apparently on the entire planet. Shit's hysterical, if a little bit sad. Anyways, guy's called Nutty Billion for Outback Steakhouse or something like that? Yeah.
As a kid, I was entertained by monkeys at the zoo.
Oh, well, that's nice, and you managed to become one of your heroes after literal seconds of effort. It's really wonderful to see someone reach their lofty goals, especially when they are otherwise so mind-bogglingly incompetent. So kudos and congratulations, Bill. You did it, you strange little monkey man.
Nowadays, I get a kick out of atheists trying to portray themselves as intellectuals.
Ew, why would they do that? Aren't most atheists that really dumb thing? Yeah, people. Ugh, they are the second stupidest thing of all, next to me and my dumbass. But okay, so you get a kick out of atheists who think they are intellectuals. Or do you get annoyed at atheists who look, act, and almost certainly are just plain smarter than you, so you act like you am the big brainer and half and puff about them being dumb, because that sounds kind of pathetic and, you know, likely.
There is nothing intellectual about not believing in God.
How do you figure that? I mean, the same could easily be said for believing in God. Yeah, people can believe various things for non-intellectual reasons, but they also, you know, can. Do you genuinely think that there are no atheists who came to that conclusion after having thought about it? Because if you think that, well, I doubt you actually think at all, as it is the mark of a very small mind to be incapable of entertaining an idea without accepting it. And if you can't entertain the very simple idea of maybe there is no God, especially considering the whole absolutely no evidence for him, then you must have a brain smaller than Kent Hovind's shriveled dead heart.
Atheism is nothing but rebellion powered by unholy pride.
Well, that's a bit of a completely unbacked claim there, buddy. Have you spoken to and confirmed that with every single atheist? Because I seriously fucking doubt you've actually spoken to any of them. Or are you telling me the far more likely, like all fucking morons, TM, that you know what's in other people's brains somehow, because I've never met a psychic who isn't a total dipshit and a liar. Maybe don't pretend you have superpowers, eh?
Oh, they desperately try to make people think that they are superior in intelligence and knowledge.
Wait, I'm sorry. I thought that was you. And look, am I saying that no atheist thinks they are better than others for coming to a particular conclusion on a topic without any sort of demonstrable answer? No. But the same is true of various theists. And in both cases, not all of them. And anyone who acts like they do is a dumb asshole and should maybe look in the mirror if they want to find out who the stupidest person they know is. And there I'll be, being extremely attractive at them as usual.
They want people to believe that they are too well educated to believe in God.
While there is certainly a correlation with level of education and likelihood to err toward atheism, that doesn't mean that's the only thing that will lead you in that direction, or that being educated will do that at all. What it tends to take is some critical thinking skills, which can be learned basically anywhere, be that from parents or teachers, or spending an inordinate amount of time personally learning about things. But that doesn't mean every atheist thinks that they did atheism because they learned whatever. In fact, educating into belief is more of a religion thing.
Yep, they're snobs.
He said in a snobby way, and will then proceed to talk down to all atheists like he's far better than them and superior in his beliefs because they are his beliefs and thus correct because of how smart and intellectual he is, and how stupid and mindless the atheisms are because how could it be any other way? Ultimate projection is the superpower of the YouTube theist. after all.
Now, what's really entertaining is that some of them are still trying to claim that science supports their philosophy.
Science doesn't support or deny atheism, because it can't. Theism is an unfalsifiable claim, and thus is not science. Thus, atheism, by its nature, couldn't be backed up by science, per se. However, many worldviews that include atheism are in fact rooted in a scientific, usually naturalistic worldview. And those most certainly are supported by the science, but only because following what the science says is how it works. If they didn't, they wouldn't be doing it right. All that, of course, assumes what you mean is what I said about how science and religious philosophy aren't really connected in that sense. But of course, what you probably mean is science-proof Bible, 'cause God, though.
Now, most atheists have given up on that tack.
No, they haven't given it up. You just don't understand that when someone says atheism doesn't really have anything to do with science specifically, you think that because some dipshit said atheism because science, though, means that that's what all atheists think, or thought that. Because you are too stupid to understand how ideas work. And I assume that you are also too dumb to understand that just because many atheists will happily tell you that atheism doesn't really speak on science or vice versa, that doesn't mean that the opposite, aka theism, and total support by science is true, because it isn't. In fact, it's practically the same thing.
Embarrassed and humiliated by years of failures, frauds, and hoaxes.
I'm sorry, what? What failures and frauds and hoaxes have f***ing anything to do with atheism? Because I couldn't think of a single possible one. I don't know a person alive that anyone takes seriously that would say, we have proven the God concept not real with our God detector that definitely detects gods and we didn't find any. Unless, of course, what you mean is there's some random shreds of bunk science that have been debunked and now you think that means all science that aren't compatible with the Bible are now false, because no. Wacky bull, that's not how that works, mate.
Now, most atheists avoid science talk and rely instead on sarcasm and ridicule of the Hebrew Scriptures.
Oh shit, you want to talk specifically Bible babble? Like, no, science can be used to debunk that shit every day of the week. And even with that, we can take the piss out of it at the same time to boot. But yeah, anything from the Bible is very easily brought into question by scientific inquiry. Because, oh, how so much of it is scientifically nonsense, along with its complete inability to be accurate about untold numbers of its supposed historical events. Yeah, no, what atheists are saying that? Science can't refute the Bible all the time because of how wrong it is about science. No one's smarter than a dead gopher, that's for sure.
Now, when somebody challenges me on this issue...
Oh, shut up, Blib. No one challenges you on shit, because no one talks to you, because you are too ridiculous, like the monkeys in the zoo. People are just trying to make faces at you to get you to do something funny, and one can only assume your dumbass immediately complies to their request because you just can't help yourself.
I confidently tell them that I believe that God created the heavens and the earth, just like the Scriptures say.
Well, who would have thunk it? You said something stupid, and most shockingly of all, you say it confidently. Because of course you do. Everyone knows that a stupid thing said with utmost confidence and conviction magically makes that thing true, and the person saying it transforms from the gibbering moron they began as to the world's most intelligent smart guy. And not, literally the opposite.
I know this because of, one, the reliability of the Scriptures, which has been tested repeatedly for generations.
Oh, wait, you're serious. Let me meme even harder. No, my old Phil, it's not reliable at all. The only reason you think it is because someone told you it is. But the thing about people who need their bullshit to be true, they have a bad habit of either lying about it or just ignoring all the little foibles that make it clear that it's not true. The only thing reliable about the Bible is how consistently wrong it is about anything even remotely important.
My own knowledge of the Creator?
Your own knowledge of the Creator. Care to share that with us, mate? I would love to hear your extremely reliable experience and knowledge of the true God TM. That isn't just you really wanting it to be true, so you think it's true, because smart.
And the PhD level scientists who by their own education and research have determined that the Bible story best fits the evidence that we have.
F***ing who said that, by old Will? Because they must have joke PhDs they got from freaking Amazon. And you know what? Even if they did have PhD level educations, whatever the hell that means, because seriously, PhD in what? Cornflakes and milk absorption studies? Or something asinine like that? But even if they had a relevant, genuinely high level education, they would still be completely wrong, because we don't base our scientific understanding of the world on what 1 or 2 or even 1,000 random guys say they think is right. We base it on what the evidence says is right. And the Bible, being the true and accurate account of how the everything came to be, isn't supported by shit.
Oh yes, that is the dirty little secret that atheists try to hide.
That's not the dirty little secret I'm trying to hide, because again, who cares what some dipshit's opinion that line up with what they want to believe is? But mostly because by dirty and little, I mean freaking enormous and goddamn disgusting. You don't even want to know the kind of shit that I would actually bother to hide from you, when I am more than happy to admit my desire to blow up the universe, kill all the humans and eat all the cats.
There are thousands of high-level scientists who confidently believe the Bible.
Right, again, who gives a shit? Certainly not atheists. And thousands, eh? What about the rest? Because there are a lot more, and I mean a lot more scientists around the world than a paltry few thousand. And let's be clear, PhD level whatever isn't really scientists, is it? Otherwise you wouldn't have had to qualify it like that. The fact of the matter is that scientists lean heavily away from biblical belief, and among those who do have faith, so to speak, I'm sure it skews away from any sort of literalism. Basically, I'm saying you're full of shit, mate.
People like Dr. Raymond Damadian, the inventor of the MRI machine that changed the face of modern medicine.
Oh my god, that one guy who invented that one thing, well that's it. Now me am the believes. No, wait, actually no. The thing is, I know this may come as a surprise to you, but Christians can be very smart people, but that doesn't make them smart on other subjects. And he was like an engineer in the medical field apparently. You know, that place that studies how the universe came to be, and oh wait, no, that's got nothing to do with that. And again, if he was the foremost expert on spaceology and the big how things came to be, that wouldn't mean that his opinions on those things are even remotely relevant to anything, because that's not how fucking science works, you doof.
Dr. John Baumgartner, geophysicist, the world's preeminent designer of computer models for geophysical convection.
Who gardens for Baums? You catch them in the desert, for fuck's sake, John. And yeah, again, so what? Both those guys were evolution deniers apparently, but neither of them specialized in the field, probably because they didn't want to believe it. Because if they did, they wouldn't think it was fake, because that just doesn't happen. Seriously, show me an expert in a field you think doesn't true, who agrees with you, and I'll show you someone who literally no one in that field takes seriously, because they are either an idiot or a liar. So you know, probably a friend of yours, Bill.
How about Dr. Ian McCready, molecular biologist, winner of Australia's top medal for outstanding contribution to scientific research?
Okay, so I could find the last two, but I can't find a molecular biologist by that name. I could find a guy who studies ancient Greek philosophy, so either it's the same guy and you are full of shit, or the man is so lacking in notable work that he just doesn't show up when you look for him. Not exactly what I would call the most impressive appeal to authority there, buddy.
And then there's Dr. A.E. Wilder Smith, a former evolutionist with 3 earned PhDs.
Former evolutionist? Tricky wording there, mate. Almost like you want it to sound like he studied evolutionary biology. But that's not what you actually said. And he is, in fact, a chemist. So fantastic. Another irrelevant qualification. And all you really care about is that he agrees with you, because you simply have no interest in what the science says. Only what random dudes say that you like the sound of. You know, hence your belief in the Bible.
He could just no longer be a part of the evolution cover-up. He is now a committed Christian scientist.
He was never part of evolution anything, for fuck's sake. And it's not a cover-up, it's a fact. A fact that makes the Bible sound like it was written by ancient ignorant arseholes from the stupid ages who didn't know how anything worked. Because done, it fucking was. And all you have, backing up your claims that it's true, is people whose opinion on the sciences that would matter in that regard are freaking irrelevant. Like your good self.
Now, these are just a few of the respected scientists who acknowledge that the scientific evidence that we have today is best represented by the creation story found in the scriptures.
These are the only sciences we could find that actually sound like sciences, so we mentioned the lot of them and their worthless fucking opinions on reality, since they know dick all about it outside their very specific field of study. There you go, fixed it for you, you lying little turd.
So, you atheists just keep on pretending that your superior knowledge and intelligence prevents you from believing the Bible story.
I don't know, man. I don't have to be intelligent or educated to do 5 seconds research on your stupid fucking claims and fallacious appeals to authority to see that they are absolutely asinine and only a complete moron stupider than even me would choose to speak them aloud.
And I will continue to chuckle, just like a kid standing in front of the monkey cage at the zoo.
The kid who fell into the cage and got his head dashed against some rocks because he's too stupid to listen to the advice of the experts telling him not to frick with the monkeys, and now all he can do is stand there laughing at things he doesn't understand. Yeah, that sounds accurate, mate.
This is Wild Bill for America. Thank you for watching, and God bless America again.
And this has been Sir Sick. And God, if you are there and you do exist, why don't you do something useful instead of blessing some random patch of dirt? How about blow up the planet and start over? These creatures are clearly a lost cause. More like Wally Burke. Got him!
Wait, before you go, I have something super important to tell you. It's life or death. It will change everything forever. No, wait, it's gone. Oh well, probably wasn't important. But while I have you, don't forget to comment, subscribe and notify. And if you want more of my smexy voice, check out Mrs. Six's channel Spoonstaff Stories, where I narrate and voice all the videos, and she does the work. And if you want to support the channel, check out the merch store for cool t-shirts, or check out Patreon, memberships and PayPal to support directly. Finally, follow me on the medias of social to get completely pointless guff and to keep up on the latest releases. Oh, I just remembered what I was going to tell you. Whatever you do, don't touch the